we go.
Stay tuned for The Young and the Restless.
Cartoons? Who recorded cartoons over my Young and the Restless? I bought that Betamax so everybody could enjoy it. I said you could tape anything you want. All I want is one thing. Tape my stories. That's all. And I don't even get that. From now on, if that red light is on that Betamax, you don't touch it. You hear me?
Yes, Daddy.
Back home, my father was done being mad at Tanya, but she had just started getting mad at him.
You want some ice cream?
No.
You want some ice cream, baby?
Yes, Mama.
My father knew he had to do something or this would go on forever.
Tanya, can you plug in my heart?
No. If you ask me again, I'm gonna turn off your stories.
You smell ice cream?
Baby, say you're sorry.
What for? I ain't do nothing to her.
It's not what you did, it's how you did it. Julia, since day one, she's been your little princess, and all of a sudden you screaming at her?
I didn't scream.
Julia says, big as you are, you weren't even talking to me, and I was scared.
The one thing I learned about women from my father is, even when you're right, you're wrong.
Hey, Kill Moves.
Hey, Abe, listen. How much can I get for this here?
What is it?
It's a Technics 1200 Stylus.
Where'd you find that?
Found that outside on the ground. Must have fell off one of these turntables.
I'll give you $10.
I'll give you 20.
25.
15.
Deal.
This is your brain on drugs.
Later, Chris.
He later traded that money for 2 dimes and a shiny nickel.
So you gonna throw in the stylus?
$30.
$30? You just got it for 15.
This is America. Supply, demand.
I usually got robbed like this in alleys. Being a DJ was all about your tools. If your tools were professional, you were professional. And first on the list?
A pair of Technique 1200.
Check.
Mixer?
Nope.
Pair of professional headphones.
No.
Kango?
No go.
Shell-toed Adidas.
Nada.
Man.
Looks like my hopes and dreams are about to get crushed by the wheels of steel. I went back to the pawn shop with a supply, hoping Abe would meet my demands.
Hey, Abe.
That's a lot of stuff. What do you need?
I need a pair of professional headphones, a mixer, shell-toed Adidas, and a Kango.
If you got all that, you're gonna need one of these.
Gold chain?
Well, it's not real gold, but it's a real chain.
What's all this?
My DJ stuff.
Where'd you get the money to buy all this stuff?
Oh, I saved up.
DJ, huh?
Yeah, I even got a job DJing a party Saturday night.
What are you doing with my James Brown album?
Can I borrow it? I need it for the party.
Why, you had the money to buy all this. Why don't you buy your own?
Well, I looked everywhere. Nobody has it.
All right, Mr. DJ. You better take care of it, because you know how I love me my James Brown. Ow! Ooh! Fucking now. Getting funky now. Getting funky.
If you're a Wilson fan, she'd be in the emergency room right now.
Uh-oh!
I hope I can skip town before my mother hears this record skipping. My dad was trying to avoid things that went hippity-hop.
Hey, Dad, do you think you could take me to the magic show this week?
I got a magic show for you. I work 2 jobs, 7 days a week, and every day my money disappears. How's that for magic?
But I want to get a set of TV magic cards.
You gonna make some money with this magic?
If he gets good, he could make your broke disappear.
I don't know, but Doug Henning does.
What you gonna do with the show?
Everything. Card tricks, sawing people in half, pulling rabbits out of hats.
Rabbits?
Nobody in my family knew it at the time, but my father was only afraid of 2 things, being broke and rabbits. It started in the 70s. While everybody else was being scared by The Exorcist, my father was scared by another movie, Night of the Lepus.
Can't your mother take you?
Well, she told me to ask you.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I may have to work. Hey, maybe next time. Sorry.
Now I know why he always rooted for Elmer Fudd to kill Bugs Bunny.
Oh, hey, baby, here's your uniform. Did Drew ask you to take him to a magic show?
Yeah, did you know there were gonna be rabbits there?
So?
So, I'm allergic.
To rabbits? Since when?
I don't know. Since I was a kid. I mean, so if they're gonna have rabbits there, I can't go.
Can't you take some allergy medicine or some tussin?
It's Robitussin, not Rabitussin.
Look, Drew doesn't ask you for much. All he wants you to do is to take him to a magic show. A free magic show. This is important to him. You should be willing to wade through a pool of rabbits.
My father never went near a pool again.
Sorry we got here too late to get the free TV magic cards.
Oh, it's okay. It's still a pretty good show. What I want you to do is hold those two balls. I'm going to take the first one in my hand, and I want you to squeeze the other one real tight. And watch what happens on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and the ball has completely disappeared. Now, if you slowly open your hand, you will find 2 yellow balls.
He eventually got in trouble when he did the 2-ball trick without using props.
Let's have a hand for my lovely helper. You can have a seat. Thank you very much. And now for my next trick, I'm gonna need a volunteer. You, sir, do you mind helping me out? Hey, go, Dad. Try it out.
What happened?
Dad, you saw a rabbit and he passed out.
Baby, I didn't know your allergies were that serious.
Dad, you're allergic to rabbits? How come you didn't say something? We could have sat in the back.
Don't people usually get rashes or something?
I'm not allergic.
Then how come you fell out?
I fainted. I'm scared of rabbits.
My mother usually wouldn't open up my father's mail unless she wanted to know what was inside.
Attached is your new credit card. Card holder since 1970?
Hey, babe. Any mail?
My mother told me there's 2 things you don't hide from your wife: extra women and extra money. To get the truth about my father's credit card, my mother went straight to the source, her friends.
Credit card?
Yep, and you didn't know anything about it.
Nope. I know this one woman who caught her man lying about his height.
His height?
His height.
His height.
Yeah, he had shoe lifts.
Turns out he had a whole other family.
That's all my mother needed to hear.
Hola, mi amor.
Hola, mi amor. Ay, ¿cómo te fue el día en el trabajo,
Bien.
¿Me puedo ir de la mesa?
No, te lo tienes que comer. Ahí tienes 46 centavos de arroz de frijoles.
Ay, mi amor, pero no te preocupes, que si yo lo voy a pagar con la tarjeta de crédito y ya.
So are you gonna ask him about it?
What would she do that for?
Don't you ask him nothing. Just wait. See what he does. You gotta be surreptitious. If he is waiting on that credit card, give him a couple of days. He'll start looking for it.
Meanwhile, when my mother was upset with my father, she would do everything mad, like mad folding
Lying to me for 15 years, hiding a credit card.
and mad cooking.
When I spend money that I shouldn't spend.
And mad sleeping.
Find somebody else real leather.
Letting the storm subside wasn't working, so my father had to walk into the eye of the hurricane.
Rochelle, I don't want you to be mad at me.
Should have thought about that 15 years ago. Why am I always the last to know? Here I am worried about where you are, what you're doing, and who you're doing it with. You're supposed to be my man. You turn out being the man from Uncle.
I can explain. Look, 15 years ago, I was flat broke and needed money.
That's no different than 15 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
The department store was giving those things away.
Really? Did they give you tips on where to hide it?
I bought one thing, and it took 7 years to pay off.
Well, what about the other 8 years, Julius?
Every time I tried to cancel the card, they just sent me a new one and raised the limit.
Okay, Mr. A+ on your FICO score. What did you buy that was so important that I had to wait 15 years to find out about?
Your wedding ring.
For the first time in 15 years, my father got my mother to shut up.
I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Here's what he really wanted to say.
Ha! In your face! You wrong, you wrong, you wrong, and I am right. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right.
I wasn't smoking. I was going through your stuff and I found them. And Daddy almost caught me, so I hid them in Chris's room so he would get in trouble instead of me.
How did you get my racing form?
Well, I was going through your stuff looking for my stuff.
How did you find my pen?
I thought you had my racing form.
And how'd you find those cigarettes anyway?
Because you put them in my drawer.
You see, this is your fault. You were in there doing something that you ain't had no business doing, and the next thing you know, nobody's business is everybody's business.
Are you gonna put me on punishment?
Is that your business? No. You'll find out what happens to you when it happens to you. Now go upstairs.